So we were very excited when we first got our 65-inch flat screen television. And then we were rather disappointed and not so excited anymore because it's not a 65-inch screen TV. We paid for what we thought was a 65-inch television, but it's not. Got the wall unit mounted. Then we got the TV mounted on the unit, and then we hooked everything up. And then as we were watching TV, we kind of realized this TV looks smaller than 65 inches. So we stopped watching it. We got out a tape measure. Well, I did. And I measured it. My TV does not measure 65 inches. My TV measures 56.5 inches across. So, needless to say, we're heading back to the store. Get the receipt, put it back in the box, and we're going to the store. We're going to get a refund or make sure we get the correct TV. It was obvious that the measurement, the vertical measurement here, is not 65 inches. That's about 32 inches. So I have a 32-inch by 56.5-inch television, not a 65-inch television. So we were ready to pack it up and take it back. We thought about it for a little while beforehand. It's a good thing we did not return this TV because we would have been made to look like fools, which comes naturally to me. But this would have happened to my entire family. We, with the help of my man Pythagoras, we were able to figure out that this actually is a 65-inch television, as advertised. Those tricky salespeople. Now, I don't know if it's the actual salespeople, but somebody came up with it, and it actually is a fantastic marketing technique. And you know, I would have used it too if I'd have thought of it. And I'm not into televisions really that much, but it is an excellent marketing tool to use to sell televisions. I'll show you that this is actually a 65-inch television, even though it measures a 32 by 56.5-inch television. I'll tell you what they did. Now, to show you what they did, they took 56.5 squared. They took 32 squared. They added those together. Then from that sum, they just found the square root. And the square root was approximately 65, which would be the way they are able to label or describe this TV as a 65-inch television. So this 65-inch screen TV is advertised by its diagonal length, one corner to its opposite corner, 65 inches in length, which would also be the hypotenuse in a right triangle. We can come at this from another angle or another way. This time, let's say we know the diagonal measurement, the hypotenuse is 65. So this is a 65-inch flat screen TV. So we know that from one corner to the opposite corner, 65 inches. Let's say we also know that from the top to the bottom, down the side here, is 32 inches, but we don't know the measurement, the horizontal measurement from left to right. Well, we can figure it out by using the same method, just sort of in reverse. I'll show you what I mean. Take the measurement 65 and square it. So 65 squared. This time, instead of adding, we're going to find the difference. 65 squared minus 32 squared. 65 squared minus 32 squared. We're then going to take that difference and find its square root. The square root is the answer to the horizontal measurement. The other measurement, the third measurement in this case of this triangle. What I used in both of these situations is something called the Pythagorean Theorem. It's very simple. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and b represent legs of a right triangle. C always represents the hypotenuse. Now, A and B, the legs, can be interchanged. It doesn't matter which leg you assign the variable for, just as long as you assign one leg a variable A and one leg a variable B. The hypotenuse, though, will always be represented by C. So what does the Pythagorean Theorem mean? What does a squared plus b squared equals c squared mean? It means that the hypotenuse squared is also the same value or equal to the sum of the squares of both legs. Now, if you want to try this at home and verify that this actually does work, find any rectangle or square, something that you know is a rectangle or is a square, and get a tape measure and apply the measurements into the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared, making sure that you make a and b the legs or the two sides that are forming the right angle, and you make c always the diagonal or hypotenuse. And try to work on some of those and just experiment with them and see what you come up with.